So we have taken a look at many gaming panels on this channel. To me, refresh rate is priority, followed by panel type. So I'll be talking about TN or IPS or VA, followed by size and resolution. So this panel behind me is the first curved gaming panel that I've experienced. It runs at 144 Hz with available overclock to 166 Hz with G-Sync support. It's got an IPS panel and 34-inch size with an appropriate amount of curve. I mean, I can do like video editing on this thing without that bow tie effect. So the catch, it's 2560 by 1080 resolution and it costs $1,000. Damn it. FreeSync model of this monitor is $300 cheaper. So what is LG thinking with the 34UC89G? I'm here to break down why this is one of the best curved gaming panels to get and perhaps why you shouldn't buy one right after this. Wondering how to fix a boring fan? Check out Halos RGB. They are super slim fan frames that light up your blades of any shade, come in 120 and 140mm sizes to fit any fan, and are controlled through your motherboard or your Fantex case. Available in beautiful aluminum or simple plastic, it's time to Halos your build. Outline what matters. Okay, so clearly LG wants to create that large separation between their gaming line and the productivity line, as they have clearly not been following the hate gloss trend because it's everywhere. I do prefer the cleaner and curvier base on their non-gaming monitor, and I wish that we had something other than the red and black color scheme. How original. Functionally, the base is perfect with lots of movement, a good height position, and you can also have a little bit of rotation to straighten the panel, and this cable management hoop at the back that can also hold a pair of headphones if you don't mind that location. Connectivity is good with USB 3 pass-through, DisplayPort and HDMI, plus a headphone jack that is actually pretty powerful. Of course, the location is awkward unless you're routing speakers. The display maximum brightness is surprisingly dim at only 308 nits compared to my other panels that have much brighter output. Contrast ratio in my measurement is below 1000 to 1, which is not a big deal, but it covers 99% of the sRGB color space, so considering the refresh rate and its intended purpose, this IPS panel is good. The viewing angles are as expected, no color or contrast shifting, but I can see uniformity is not perfect, with the entire left side of the monitor slightly warmer. That is noticeable only in the white sections and is not visible in games. I only noticed this in Excel or having two side-by-side windows open, one Word document and another Chrome page, for example, that has some white in it. In that setting, it's noticeable, but in games, it never really occurred to me the difference in uniformity because there's so much happening, you don't have a chance to stop and observe the difference. So the resolution of this monitor, I think, is appropriate for the target audience. 2560 by 1080 is not that difficult to run, and you know, for high refresh rate panels, 1080p is that sweet spot. Even for my 1440p and 4K displays, I always downgrade the resolution to 1080p in games to get the best frame rate possible with slightly lower settings. And so with this panel, you do gain that extra viewing angles on the ultra wide monitor, and therefore you have to almost train yourself to scan those sections of the monitor that you're normally not used to on 16:9. And therefore for games like CSGO, where your eyes are glued to the crosshair, and that's how you sort of scan your area, ultra wide is pointless. But then for third-person games like PUBG, Arma 3, Mass Effect, or others, you do gain that extra wide real estate, and therefore you can be more aware of your surroundings by checking corners and things like that. But as long as those wide pixels are not being skewed normally and actually being rendered appropriately for 21:9. And also another visual advantage you get with ultra wides is all the in-game assets like the map, the chat, you know, the kill feed, and whatever your ammo is being moved to those sides, and therefore you have a wider field of view on your normal gameplay that would otherwise be overlaid with those in-game assets. And because this panel is such a high 144 Hz refresh rate and can even be overclocked to 166, it means that you get very smooth gameplay and nothing comes close in the ultra-wide high refresh market to this panel. We even get a few digital enhancements like black stabilizer that boosts all the shadows for better visibility in darker areas. There's even a crosshair selection for noobs, and I love switching between profiles that is instantaneous, so you don't have to restart the monitor every time you switch a profile. But then on the flip side of that coin, it's this exact resolution on why you shouldn't buy this monitor. 2560 by 1080 is still very pixelated for productivity, and I'm a strong believer in having one display that is, you know, for multi-purpose things, not just strictly gaming or strictly productivity, but a nice mix in between. And unfortunately, this panel does not deliver. Just look at the difference of my Premiere timeline between the QHD and this panel and how much extra real estate we gain with higher pixel density. And I wish that we were not locked to this particular resolution and refresh rate combo. I wish that we had some dynamic refresh rate that would allow us to, let's say, go to high resolution like 3440 by 1440 and get maximum 100 Hertz. But say if you want that extra refresh rate, you dump down the resolution to 2560 by 1080 and get 144 Hertz. I wish that that dynamic refresh rate worked with resolutions in conjunction. Yeah, that would have been awesome. And the main advantage of this panel over other G-Sync ultra-wide monitors is the lower price point and the higher refresh rate at the compromise of a lower resolution. So it fills that void in the market that it's currently missing, but I feel this resolution and this refresh rate combo will only get more saturated in the market. So if you are in the market for display, I would nudge you into the direction of 1440p, 27 inches, 144 Hertz, and IPS. Plenty of monitors that are available in those criteria that are similarly priced as this, but of course with a high resolution. Check out the ASRock Desk Mini GTX or RX with incredible performance and a tiny size, supports MXM Type B graphics cards for awesome performance in games, and triple M.2 slot for super fast transfer speeds. Expect rock solid performance out of the Desk Mini GTX or RX, perfect for VR and more. Alright, so that's my experience with the 34UC89G. It's a fantastic gaming panel. It hits all the right points for that criteria, but unless you're exclusively using this for games, then the resolution is a bit of a letdown for such a new release. And the price difference between G-Sync and FreeSync of this exact same monitor is, whoa! It's good to be on Team Red right now. Of course, if you can find the cards. So that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more similar content, and we'll see you in the next video.